On the eve of the first Test match at Lords, a West Indian was amongst the runs in Leicester as Ramnaresh Sarwan struck gold on the opening day of the LV County Championship match between Leicestershire and Essex at Grace Road. Matthew Hoggard could put his feet up after winning the toss and sending his batsman in, and so could Will Jefferson, whose first innings of the season lasted just the one ball as he nicked David Masters to Tom Wesley. The last time these two sides met, Masters took 8 for 10, and he was soon proving to be Leicestershire's nemesis once again, as he then bowled Matt Boyce off the inside edge to leave the home side on 25 for 2. And that became 29 for 3 as Chol Willoughby got in on the act to shatter Greg Smith's stumps. Smith was out for 22. Such starts are becoming commonplace for Leicestershire, but they are also in the habit of recovering from such situations. For the second innings in a row, Josh Cobb and Sarwan came to their side's rescue with a substantial stand. Cobb began his knock by taking the attack back to the bowlers. But it was Sarwan who then took over. He's just started to settle into the county game, and he took his side close to a victory over Northamptonshire last weekend. While Tymel Mills's pace has caused some concern to others, a player like Sarwan has seen it all before. Not everything he struck came right off the meat of his bat, but most things did, as he just began to claw his side right back into this game with some very sweet shots indeed. His signing in the close season is beginning to look like an inspired one. He's already notched 194 in his last innings, and this shot brought him another half-century. This one had occupied 75 balls, 8 of which had been hit for 4. Another gorgeous shot then completed the second 100 stand for this pair in a row. The last one ended on 103, but this one was to go on for much longer and break a record. Sarwan and Cobb, one from an island at the mouth of a river in Guyana, the other from near a river in Leicester, probably don't have too much in common, but they obviously enjoy each other's company at the crease. Both now played with some comfort as the early Masters-induced difficulties of the day were put to bed and their partnership grew beyond 150. Cobb is a naturally positive player, but here, after an aggressive beginning, he was happy to play the supporting role, and his half-century, the 4th time he's got there this summer, came from 138 deliveries. Sarwan's 100, his second for the county, required only 16 balls more than that. To his 154th, he nurdled Wesley around the corner for the single he required, and then took in the deserved applause. We will see if the West Indies will miss him when the first test commences. His partnership with Cobb now moved into the dizzy heights of 216 as Essex went 60 overs without being able to separate them. It was a record for the 4th wicket for Leicestershire against Essex. Finally, who else but Masters broke through? Cobb, on 80 made from 197 balls, didn't quite time a hook shot well enough and found Graham Napier in the deep. He departed with his side going really well and pushing on, but Wayne White then came in and continued his team's upward motion. White is having an impressive summer with bat and ball, and with the second new ball soon due, he made the most of anything over-pitched from Wesley, as he actually had the better of his partnership with Sarwan. The total had reached 299 and the new ball was fewer than 5 overs old when Masters used it to good effect to have Sarwan LBW for 117, his best score in Leicestershire colours. None of the other Essex bowlers could match Masters, who ended the day with figures of 4 for 57 from 25 very impressive overs, and White and Ned Eckersley then calmly took their side to the close. They got there with 5 men down and with 323 runs on the board, and will now look to advance from there on day 2 to make the most of the efforts of Sarwan and Cobb. White will resume with 41 runs to his name.